everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button down below. Also, if you look in the description, you will see that I have a Patreon account. If you click that, you can become a member, and also you can recommend movies and music for me to review. With that being said, we are back at it again. It's Monday time, so you already know it's Monster Monday. Yes, we are back at it again with another review of a famous TOHO movie. Let's see what we're going to look at today. Today we are looking at BAM! Classic. Let me make sure that this image is clear. We are looking at The War of the Gargantuas. Now, The War of the Gargantuas was also known as Frankenstein Monsters Sanda versus Gira. It's a 1966 movie, and I didn't know this, but it's a sequel to the original film, Frankenstein Conquers the World. Now, what I do know is I remember when I was younger that I used to read up a lot about different Godzilla films, and I know that a Frankenstein monster was supposed to fight Godzilla instead of Kong, King Kong in the original TOHO series. And then also I know that even after the Kong movie, they were still talking about the Frankenstein monster fighting Godzilla. Also, I know that director Michael Daltrey expressed interest in remaking the film. He was really interested in remaking this film, and I mean, in adding them to the MonsterVerse. So who wouldn't want that? As of right now, there is no official Blu-ray adaptation to this film. I got this one from Etsy from a guy that's called Kaiju Classics, I guess. I thought it was Creature Features. But yeah, this guy, this is a very clean transfer, by the way. But I know that Criterion has the rights to this movie along with Rodan. So let's see, and all of the other Godzilla movies. So let's see if they actually pull the trigger and actually make a real physical copy with some good extras involved. Quick synopsis of the film. It picks up, the beginning of the movie picks up where we're at sea and this boat is being attacked by a gigantic octopus. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, in Godzilla versus Kong, Kong fought a big octopus. I think that's right. I'm not sure, because I know in Godzilla versus the Sea Monster, he fought a big ass crab. But I think in Godzilla versus Kong, he fought a octopus. So correct me if I'm wrong or let me know if I'm right. But anyway, there's this big octopus. It's attacking the boat. All of a sudden, we have the green Gargantua, who's known as Gara or Gara. He shows up and he puts a beating on the damn octopus. But then my man starts rocking the boat literally and starts eating the damn people. Like there's a scene where he's swimming and the people are swimming away and my man is freaking paddling and he's grabbing them at the same time and basically consuming them. So this big green mofo is eating people. Craziest thing ever. Long story short, the people are starting to figure out, he keeps appearing and they're like, yo, we got to put it into this guy. This guy keeps popping up, pulling up and eating people left and right. So they find out that one of his weaknesses is sunlight. So off top, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of the Gargantua's design. The costume design for the Gargantuas, I'm not a big fan of. I like the whole bipedal humanoid form. That's cool and everything, but I'm not digging the design. Like it's one of my least favorite kaiju designs especially from TOHO. TOHO's been pretty consistent with their designs, but this design is like meh. If there ever is a remake, I really can't wait to see what they would do to these creatures and how they would recreate them. But that's a video for another day. So we pick up my boy basically freaking cannonballs into the ocean because he's running from the light because he's afraid of light for some strange reason. So that's his weakness. And so, you know, humans figuring that out, they exploit it. They're like, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull up with all these lights, we're going to shine on them, and then, you know, we're going to glisten, and hopefully that'll distract him so we could lay his ass down. Shout out to TOHO for having these freaking, or Japan for having these crazy-ass futuristic weapons in order to combat monsters. My boys were like, basically created a gigantic taser in order to combat this Gargantuas or this Frankenstein monster. I thought that was pretty cool. Another cool thing about it is while they're zapping the shit out of this Frankenstein monster, the green one, they actually physically show that he's taking damage. And he actually maintains that damage throughout the remainder of the film. I don't remember too many Toho films where a monster gets damaged and they keep that damage on throughout the film. I'm not. I don't remember any on the top of my head. Like I can't say that I remember any, but I thought that was a pretty cool tidbit that they added in that he took damage and whatnot. Then we find out that my boy is a clone of another Gargantuas, which I'm assuming is the one that's from the original movie, The Frankenstein Conquers the World, which is the brown one, Sanda. So this one pulls up. He helps out his brother and basically takes him to like a a little hidden place so they can hide and be all comfortable and whatnot. So the scientists get together. They're like, the scientists that originally created or took in Sanda, they don't want him to die. They're like, yo, he's a good one. He doesn't eat people. He's harmless. Just give him a chance. But the government's like, I ain't taking no, we ain't taking those. We're not taking that as a potential threat, because if this dude ends up turning on us, then what? We're just gonna have another monster. We're just gonna knock them both off while we still can. So when I guess Sanda is a more civilized creature, he finds out that the green one is eating people. He's like, yo, my boy pulls out a branch, and I swear it felt like it felt like a black parent or something pulling out a belt. My boy pulled out a branch and was like, get that, go and get Granny that switch off the tree branch right there. That's what it felt like. He went and got him a damn tree and started beating the shit out of the green one. It was freaking hilarious to see that in motion. All in all, the fight sequences in this film weren't really all that. I mean, there's a lot of this, like, and just grabbing and like rolling around. There's not really much like substance to it. There's not really any like fluid fighting choreography or anything like that. They're just tussling. And honestly, I thought that was pretty lame. I wish it would have been a lot better, but that's just me. So continuing on, eventually this leads up to this final confrontation between the two brothers. Oh, and they also explain how the brother was created, which I thought was pretty cool. They were saying that I guess a piece of the flesh from Sanda was ripped off in the mountainside, ended up going to the ocean and basically collecting with plankton. And while doing this, it basically, he kept growing and it became, I guess, a creature of its own. I thought that was a pretty interesting take on how this monster, this being was created. I really need to watch the first one in order to really understand who these creatures are. But that's the explanation that they gave. It's pretty plausible. I can see that. So I can rock with that. That's fine. So which leads up to the final confrontation. These two monsters fight. They're rolling around like two girls in a freaking mud wrestling contest, and it's not really like a really cool fighting scene, but we do have a really cool scene when they go out to the ocean, and the military is basically helping out Sanda. So they're just like shooting lasers at Gaia. Is it Gaia? Gyra. They're shooting lasers at Gyra. I'm gonna just say the fucking green one. So they're shooting lasers at the green one, and they're trying to help them out, and they're dropping bombs around them while they're in the ocean, and it ends up, I guess, making a volcano erupt, and this ends up killing both of them, so they believe, right? All in all, the film's not bad. It's not a bad film. It's quite enjoyable, but I personally wasn't a fan of the monster design, and I'm personally not a fan of the way that the monsters the way that they choreograph the monster fighting scenes. Like, like, I mean, yeah, sure, like Godzilla movies, that it's not like it's real fluid choreography, but at the same time you have, like, you have sequences, and this one just really felt like, yo, just I want you guys to just run into each other and hug and fall all over the place, and it really felt like a freaking like Girls Gone Wild mud wrestling contest. It was, I just was like, like the fight sequences were whatever. If we would have got like a really good like fluid fight sequence, I think that would have set it off. Like it would have been real cool. All in all, I mean, as far as enjoyability, It's a fun movie. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. It's not something I'm going to pop in and watch all the time. It is entertaining. I really did enjoy the story, but I'm not a fan of the monster designs. You know, like, and I'm not one of those people that are like, yo, I hate freaking rubber suits. It's not even that, dude. Like, I grew up on this stuff, so I'm fine with it. But I'm just like, me personally, like the design, I feel like could be a lot better. But if they were to recreate, whoa, almost dropped it. If they were to recreate this thumbnail, then I can't wait to see the CGI effects that they add to this. I think CGI will really set this off because right now they just look like look at that. He just looks like a freaking Kong that they painted green and just like melted a little bit and added some seaweed. It doesn't really look like anything special, like a flat-headed Kong. Like, it looks dumb. My boy got a bowl cut too, so I don't know. But anyway, that's my review for Monster Monday. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Tell me what you think of this series. If you've seen it, tell me if I should watch Frankenstein Conquers the World. I feel like I really should. But until then, this is Dave from the 80s. I'm now signing off, and I will see you next time. Adios. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button on the way out.